This is great. Hi guys, I'm here with Scotty and Max. Hi. Scotty Brown's been a journalist. I've known him for probably about 7 years now. He is super. He is here every weekend at Rockville. Max is my new friend. So we're going to start with Max. What you doing here?
Drinking.
Well, yeah, you're a professional drinker, literally.
Yeah, it's what I do for a living.
Okay, so explain how that's working out for you. How'd you end up being a professional drinker, and what is it you're drinking today?
Been did bartending and been part of that for a long time. All West Coast out in LA, and I through friends and just connections got hooked up with Metallica's brand Blackened, which I'm a huge fan of, and was able to actually go to the launch for. In Madison, Wisconsin, when they Metallica really wanted to launch the tour at the same time that they did the launch for the whiskey, and so we were kind of going back and doing trainings, and so for stuff like this, we're going to these events, and for the media and the band come back and actually do. It's nice because I feel like the band was telling me it was a little bit of a break from the craziness of the festival to come out to. Little quiet tent, and have a more of an experience and kind of be quiet and really get into the tastings of it all, rather than just drinking, because we'll do that too.
Okay, so Scotty, how did you end up doing this from the beginning? What was how did this happen?
I was in school and we had a local paper, and I was just like, they were like, man, we really need somebody to write. And I mean, I was always good at writing, but I had no experience, no idea what I was signing up for. And then I just said, I'll volunteer. And from then, I've just been climbing.
Okay, well,
that's the way to do it.
We were just...
Right? Yeah. Sometimes you jump in.
That's right.
You jump in, both, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but both feet in and you figure it out.
And that's exactly what I've done.
That's great.
Yeah, we were discussing off camera. Scotty's a little bit different than most of the journalists out here. Do you mind sharing that with us?
Because of the beard?
Because of the beard. No, that he fits in now with the beard.
It's pretty nappy, but no. I have cerebral palsy, which there's several forms of it, and fortunately, I have all my mental stuff intact. So I just walk a little bit differently. I can do anything like everybody else, and just get around a little bit differently than everybody else. And I actually didn't walk on my own till I was 5. So it took me a little bit longer, but being the way I am, you appreciate stuff, and the things that people take for granted, you see it. And so cerebral palsy has been with me from the moment I was born up until now, and I'm 27. So.
Oh, that's great.
But that's the way you have to do it, right?
Yeah.
Something happens, you take it as it is.
Yep.
This is what I got, and we're going to work with it.
Oh yeah.
Right. I mean, I think too many times when you do have more, it seems like you don't really appreciate it, and then when you lose something or don't get what you want, somehow you wallow in it more.
Yep.
And that doesn't do any good.
Okay. So, what do you do, Max?
Yes.
When you are wallowing in your own self-pity, what do you do to bring yourself out of that? Because we all do it.
I actually had a lot of time with a lot of depression, honestly. You're not recording this, are you?
Yeah, let me just be upfront. I am absolutely recording this, but we can edit later if you so desire.
I was totally kidding. Honestly, I feel like it's been good to talk about it. I went through a hard divorce and just had some hard times with fighting for custody and just fighting for time with my daughter that I really wanted to have, and because I didn't get it, I made myself more miserable, and went through some times where it was a little self-destructive, but coming out of that and met a woman who's really kind of helped my head, kind of put things in perspective, which I think sometimes you need to do, kick your ass a little bit and just kind of like, this is what you got, appreciate it. And also just had a baby. And thank you. I had a lot of help with it.
You had about...
I didn't do it all by myself, if I'm being honest. So my little boy, Rye Tulsa.
Oh.
Yeah. Of course, I named him after whiskey. And, but I'll tell you, I am primarily now a stay-at-home dad.
That's amazing.
And because I've been, bartending and bar managing for a long time, and it's long hours. And right now, my wife makes more money than I do. I'm able to stay at home, and I still do this kind of things on the weekends, and I'll go do night stuff, or I'll DJ and do stuff. But they're 4-hour shifts, and I get paid almost as much. It's great, and I get to stay home with the baby, and it really kind of puts things in perspective for things are good.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Okay, yeah. So what do you do?
I
How many kids did you try?
So far.
So far. I'm not just a journalist. I like music. I love it. It's my passion. So I want people that can't listen to that music or can't access it at the time. I want them to be able to read about it and read why it's good. Because a lot of people listen to music and they just think, oh, this sounds the same. But I break it down. And then when it comes to interviews,
Don't take off your shirt.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
Well, anyway, for real, I lost my train of thought. But
We've had that train derailment a couple times this weekend.
oh yeah,
This is live.
it is pure derailment. But yeah, I just
With breaking down the music and writing and really kind of getting into the nuance of it.
and with the bands that I interview, I want people to hear what they have to say, because I feel like sometimes even with the voice on stage, they don't get to say what they want to say. So I approach everything differently, and I just live.
That's really cool.
And that's one thing I did notice. If I can come in here completely cold and not know who someone is, and admittedly, it just happens. There's so many bands. Sometimes there's a few that slide in under the radar. He will know everything about every one of them.
That's impressive.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah, he's my resource. He thinks I'm hanging out with him because I like him, but really it's because he's an encyclopedia. Totally kidding. You see him smiling because he knows I'm a liar. So anyway, is there anything else you want to tell us about talk about beer a little bit? Got some beer going on?
Sure. Actually, we've been doing both. I'm mainly a whiskey guy, so that's kind of what I started talking about. But they're also working with Stone for Enter Night, the beer, which I really enjoy. I am kind of a beer and a shot guy. So, right? Yeah.
I knew I liked you.
What they're doing with it is they're working with Stone, which is of course known for like their big IPA, big and hoppy. But the band was really insistent that this be a sessionable festival beer. Right. So they wanted it to be a Pilsner. They wanted it to be lighter and crisper, but with character. So it has a lot of hops. It's I don't know if you're a big beer guy, but they measure the IBUs, which is how much hops, how bitter it is, like 1 to 100. Yep. Like for example, for reference, Bud Light is like 10. What Stone was made for, or what it was known for originally, was the Stone IPA. It's like 77, so like a huge range. This Pilsner is at 45, so a really big, hoppy, but very citrus and on the nose, pineapple, a lot of great notes in it, and you get the big hit, a lot of flavor, but then nice and crisp, refreshing beer. So they go great together, and it's definitely made for places like this.
Oh, great. Thank you guys for sitting down and talking and doing this. I think it was kind of fun. We learned a lot about each other, so I appreciate it.
And I love sitting down.